Coming up today on This Is True Really News, a little
What did you do?
fact.
That's very bad.
Little known fact.
Now there are people that are eating mutton going, Dad, this tastes funny.
All I can say is I've always thought helium was a real gas. Okay. Please like, subscribe.
Really?
Please like.
Wow.
That was
Even
what
Lou is cringing.
That was.
And she's a stuffed seal.
That was from the Nutty Professor, if I recall.
Exactly.
So,
although I do like the helium when it does to your voice, so that's kind of fun.
So, suppose in flagrant, like, signature, like.
Nope. Have you been eating brownies?
No, I've not been sleeping well.
So you have, that's a yes? You and my wife. You ask my wife a question, her first answer is always why?
Why are you asking? Because I want to find out.
It's always why or what for? If she ever just answers the question, I'm calling the doctor. We're rushing to the ER. There's a brain tumor.
Like, sign up, and gallivant.
Subscribe.
And follow.
That's the 3.
This is True Really News. And you comment, please, freely, wherever you find us. If you've got something longer that needs to be said, please send it to This Is True Really News. No, yes. TITR.
Email it. Thank you.
Email it to God. TITR at netradio.network. I made a mistake there, but I think I just glossed right over.
Covered it well.
Yeah, shut up.
Dope.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
So what would you do if you tried to check in at a hotel and no employees could be found, eh?
I'd find an open room somewhere and lay down.
Well, a trio of friends found themselves in that predicament in Nashville's La Quinta Inn and Suites.
Ah, La Quinta.
After a night out.
Oops. So there was alcohol involved.
So they just managed the hotel for several hours on their own.
Here, take
and
this.
I mean,
Here,
they
take
managed
this.
the hotel.
Did they?
They greeted customers. They took phone calls, even served breakfast to guests. One said,
"What the heck?"
Instantly, we were like in manager mode. We run businesses back home. Manager mode kicks in. All right, let's see what we can do. At which point, La Quinta has now fired their entire staff.
and hired these guys.
And say the first drunk's in.
Yep.
Yeah. A manager did eventually arrive to give the trio their room key so they could finally check in. Upon entering the room, they found it occupied by a naked woman. I'm guessing.
There are amenities at La Quinta.
This was not planned, is my guess.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's like a bad Saturday Night Live bit.
Okay.
Exasperated, they reached out to a different hotel and got 3 suites and free breakfast and did not have to actually work.
That was nice.
Well, it's a kind of a plus. Where are we going? Well, let's find a place we have to work at first.
Little known fact.
We're going home?
Little known fact from interestingfacts.com. And I didn't know this. You knew about Coca-Cola, that it originally had a little cocaine in it, right?
Yeah.
7-Up once contained mood stabilizers.
Well, where is that now when we need him?
Right? Now, keep listening. It's somewhat common knowledge, of course, that early versions of Coke contained cocaine, but it wasn't the only soda to contain unusual and potentially harmful ingredients. In fact, 7-Up's formula used to contain mood stabilizers upon its launch in 1929, specifically a drug known as, and I've heard of this, lithium citrate, which is used in modern times to treat conditions such as bipolar disorder.
Is that where you don't like the Arctic or the Atlantic?
I think it's where you visit both in the same month.
What is that? The Arctic?
And Antarctic.
Yeah, so it should be Uncle Arctic.
At the time of 7-Up's inception, the soda was called...
Yeah, don't give me that.
Get ready.
I thought it was a gas.
Bib label lithiated
Hang
lemon
on.
lime
Oh, it's
soda.
done yet. Okay.
Bib label lithiated lemon lime soda is what it was called.
Every marketer's dream child.
Right. Descriptive of the product's actual ingredients at the time, even though
I understand the up part of 7 now.
It doesn't quite roll off the tongue, does it?
No.
Only if your mouth is open. Though the product's name was later shortened to 7-Up in 1936. It wasn't until 1948 that lithium citrate was deemed potentially harmful.
Wait a minute. So the cola nut is not real?
Well, no, the cola nut's real. It's the uncola nut that wasn't real.
Oh.
So
that's it. The uncola nut. Ha, 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 ha.
Anyway, it was removed from the recipe after the U.S. Food and Drug Administration outlawed the use of that chemical in sodas.
Suck the fun out of everything.
Don't they? Just think about it. How nice that would have been, little kids giving you a hard time. Have a 7-Up, kid. Take this.
Take 2. No ice. Just go ahead.
Just start drinking.
Can I let it go flat? I don't care. Attention. This is a closed circuit down the Love Network. What?
We have a Love Network?
Sure. This is for ghost hunters.
Oh, good.
WCVB5, I'm guessing, is a TV station, and it's on Channel 5.
Likely.
It's in Boston, the second worst sports fans in the history of the world. Well, they're tied for second. Philadelphia is the winner.
Yeah, that's true.
Their little city disease is just embarrassing with sports fans. And then you've got New York and Boston. Boston was so much fun until they won a couple World Series, and now they're just
insufferable.
Anyway, this TV station in Boston reports that a Millsbury, Massachusetts funeral home went up for sale with a yard sign reading, "Probably haunted."
I like it.
This should surprise no one.
Exactly.
Well, actually, it should, because by the time they get there, they're dead. They're going to be haunting someplace. It would be where they got unalive.
Duh. Where their sandwich hit the floor.
Duh. Where their sandwich was floored?
Yes.
There we go. The things we do for stupid.
I nearly floored my sandwich.
Oh, man. That could have floored my sandwich.
That was a close one.
Every teenage boy has at least 2 of those stories, because really we should be extinct. Real estate agent Erica Crystal Euchre, not the card game, added the warning, or I suspect selling point, to the for sale sign and pointed to the building's age. It was built sometime around 1850, which, 170 some years ago, as a justification. Euchre said, "Not sure if it's truly haunted, but given the age, it's a possibility." This girl did well in marketing.
She did.
I'm just saying.
Which is to say she failed every other course in the university.
Well, yeah, because all you need is marketing, and you can find a way to make a living.
A toddler can do marketing.
The funeral home is built in the Greek Revival style.
Oh,
of course it is. It had to be. The funeral home was originally a residence before being converted to its morbid purpose. Last time it sold for $2,000 in 2001 for $100 even. In 2023, the asking price was at $514,000.
Oh, man.
In 2024, I'm guessing it's probably, 1.2?
It's got to be, because that's the way things are going.
Yeah.
Who's it haunted by is what I'd be asking, because I want to know. If they're friendly ghosts,
It's Boston. Listen. It could be anyone. Maybe Ted Williams.
Maybe the Babe.
Nope. Once he left, he
was gone.
He shook the dust from his sandals and was off to New York. So maybe it was the Babe, and he left, and then they won those World Series, and their fans became jerks.
Well, they've been salty ever since.
We won 2 World Series, and we were Minnesota people. It's like, yeah, we did. Thanks.
Yeah. And our guys are great.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
Sort of. In any case, I ran across just a slew of these, and they're fantastic. People under anesthesia saying the darndest things. Had a patient wake up violently. When he came to, he said, "Sorry, thought I was a shark."
My grandson does that now and again.
Chomp.
He's never unconscious, though. He just thinks he's a shark sometimes. Yeah.
When I was about to go out for surgery, they were strapping
He walked into my house and threw at me this tiny little hammerhead shark.
Did he? Here. What?
It's a shark, Grandpa. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for that. When I was about to go out for surgery, they were strapping me down and told me it was so I don't fall off the table. My last words were, "It's okay. 5-second rule." Obviously a parent.
And if you have a dog, there is no 5-second rule.
Yeah, right. I'm an anesthetist. I woke up a 70-year-old patient who had gotten a penile prosthesis implant for erectile dysfunction.
A what?
Prosthesis implant.
Heard you.
First thing out of his
I
mouth.
have a hearing prosthesis for when I don't wear these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First thing
it's
out
not
of
near as creepy sounding as this.
First thing out of his mouth in his post-surgery stupor was to request A, a private room, and B, to find out when he could take this baby out for a test drive. Two more.
Why am I thinking weird thoughts now about the funeral home?
Putting these two thoughts together.
Yeah.
When I was coming off anesthesia,
don't look at me like that. You're stuffed.
I said, "Wow, I've never been inside a saxophone before."
You have. Yeah.
And finally,
I think Bill Clinton has.
I can't.
Don't.
I can't.
Don't do it.
I can't do it.
Don't do it. And what was the next one?
He blows a mean horn. Before my emergency appendectomy, and right as
he said, she blows a mean horn.
Whatever.
And plays a pretty good harmonica.
Monica. Before my emergency appendectomy, and right as they wheeled me away.
Hang on. For some of you, you may have to Google it.
Yeah. I grabbed my husband and said very loudly, don't forget to tell them our backup plan. If this merde goes south, I want my legs and arms removed so you can carry me around in a backpack. The student doctor accidentally wheeled me into the wall.
You know, for years, I had this. I kept telling Robin, when I'm dead, cremate me and then throw me on Valerie Bertinelli after she was done with the workout.
Yeah, there we go.
I wanted to hang around for a while.
Yeah.
It was a joke. This one I'm not so sure of.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.